Boxing truth here. Andre Ward is back at it again. It seems like every time this guy does an interview, he be saying some funny shit, man. Some outlandish statements. He did some series of interviews with Ben Thompson, the fight hype guy. And he pretty much was talking about his return, that he wants to make a statement and send a message in the lightweight division by, beating down a solid opponent in Sullivan Barrera, his most legit live opponent in about 5 years. However, the interesting he said in the interview, one of the interviews, was that Sullivan Barrera almost talked himself out of the fight. Like, he almost got to a point where he was talking so much shit that Andre Ward wanted to just say, fuck Sullivan Barrera, I'll fight somebody else. That he almost lost his opportunity. And Andre Ward claims that he could have fought another soft touch, but didn't take it. Now, in my opinion, Andre Ward is full of shit. I mean, it's hard to take a lot of the things he says seriously. This is the guy who said last year that all his opponents are elite. He says some crazy shit like that. That all the opponents he fights are elite. So that means he's saying Paul Smith, his last opponent, was elite. Everyone in the boxing world knows that is not true. But now he's saying that he could have got another soft touch, but opted for a tougher fight with Sullivan Barrera. But in my opinion, Ward's not being truthful. This fight was forced upon him because there was no other options on the table. HBO was not willing to pay top dollar for another Andre Ward showcase. This is what they laid out the plan for him. They said, either take this fight or your ass is going back on BET. You want to fight no-hopers? You want to cherry-pick 168-pounders to come up to fight you? Your ass is going to have to fight on BET, because HBO ain't going to pay a $2 million, $3 million license fee for you to showcase yourself on the network. Either you fight a solid opponent or go somewhere else. And Ward's saying that he could have fought another soft touch, but hell no. He had to take this fight. That was the only fight HBO really had any interest in, because the options were slim at 175. There wasn't really any available opponents. Rock Nation doesn't do business with Al Haymon clients. They have yet to do any business with each other. So the pickings were slim at 175. And to fight a no-name 68-pounder to move up, HBO wasn't going to willing to spend top dollar for a showcase fight with Andre Ward. The thing about Andre Ward, his fights are expensive. He doesn't come cheap. Look at his purses in the last few fights. I mean, he bitched about Joe Gooson trying to get out of his contract, but yet he was getting him tremendous purses for fights against Chad Dawson, against Edwin Rodriguez. Was making top dollar, over $1.3 million in purses, above that even. So Andre Ward continues to make funny statements in the limited interviews that he does. I still have a feeling about his last scheduled fight. He was supposed to fight on the Dakota Canelo undercard. I still have a feeling that he wasn't hurt at all for that fight. That he wasn't suffering from the knee inflammation, whatever the fuck it was. I got a feeling that Rock Nation wasn't willing to pay him the type of money he wanted for his showcase to fight a no-hoper, a 68-pounder who was 39 years old, moving up in weight in Alexander Brand, to fight Ward on the undercard of the Cotto Canelo. I don't think Rock Nation was willing to pay the type of purse Ward wanted. Now, Andre Ward, he's aware of what goes on in boxing. He's aware of what fighters at or around his weight class make, what purses they generate, what purses they take home. And I'm pretty sure he saw the last purse Triple G got in his last fight against David Lemieux, a cool $2 million. And he knows that Dan Rafael, if you look on his Twitter feed, he reports the majority of the purses of the top name fighters. So maybe Ward didn't get the offer he wanted, and then he didn't want Dan Rafael reporting his purse, and it would have been perhaps under what GGG got, and then it would have been a further legitimate claim that if they ever fight, Triple G is the A side. So I have a little theory that Ward didn't take the fight because he didn't get the money that he was expecting. I mean, Rock Nation was already paying Miguel Cotto a really, really high purse, and they needed to break really big numbers just to get even on that pay-per-view. So to pay Ward an additional $2 million, that would have been too rich even for their blood. So maybe Ward pulled out of the fight because he didn't want his purse to be put out there to the media, and perhaps it could have been less than $2 million. So that's always been my theory about why he pulled out of his last fight. Just a theory. Maybe he did have knee inflammation. Who knows? It wasn't a major excuse though he used. It wasn't a major injury, just some swelling in his knee. So and that pissed a lot of people off, even Ward supporters. But he's it looks like he's had a good training camp. I haven't really seen much. I haven't seen much of anything. I haven't really been able to find any footage of Ward training. He's a guy that's not really accessible to the media. Hardly does any interviews. So it's not really much to watch out for before the fight. But he says he's feeling good. He's feeling strong. He's looking to make a statement on Sullivan Barrera. I expect him to win the fight. However, Barrera has a puncher's chance. But Andre Ward knows damn well he needed to fight Barrera or his ass would have been on BET, where nobody would have watched. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.